Well, we wanted to pull back the curtain a little bit on our seller side of our training and just talk to you a little bit. When you have a house that, for instance, is 50% equity and it's a pretty house, no work. Well, that's a different deal when there's 50% equity and it's an ugly house and it needs work. This ugly house is probably going to be a wholesale deal. And, it's going to be an all cash, or it's very, very hard to do a note and a mortgage on an ugly house. So if you have an ugly house and it's got 50% equity, you generally want to take a look at all cash only offer. So does that make sense? 50% equity, ugly house, all cash only offer only. So it's a wholesaling flip deal. Now, if they want to do like a retail buyer kind of situation, I would get a straight option on it and then try to get permission to market the house with a power of attorney or something like that. But generally it's all cash ugly house. Now if it's a pretty house and it's 50% equity and nothing, no work, what we generally do is to either buy it on subject to in a note or do a lease option assignment on a pretty house that's got a lot of equity. Both of those tools work very, very well. Now if we have a free and clear pretty house, we generally will offer them owner financing. We'll create a note and buy it on a note and a mortgage, or a note and a deed and trust, depending on what state you're in, and then offer them a good amount of money for their house on terms. If it's free and clear on a pretty house that needs no work, chances are they're not going to take a wholesale offer. So we'll generally just give them maybe 80% of value cash offer, and then we will give them a note and a mortgage with a lot more money. Does that make sense? Free and clear house, pretty house. Now if it's free and clear and it needs work, what we'll do is we'll generally do some kind of a wholesaling offer on a free and clear house. It will be the 65% of ARV formula and try to get them to walk with some money. There's one other thing you can do with a free and clear ugly house. It's really simple. We call it the JV with the seller. Let's say it's a minor rehab at 100,000. Minor rehab, 100,000 after repaired value, but it's free and clear. There's no loans. So what we'll offer the seller is say, Mr. Seller, we can help you, but we'd need to JV with you and bring in the rehab money as a joint venture partner. We'd put a note and a mortgage against the house. So we teach you how to do the free and clear ugly house model on a JV, and then we can also do it on, it has to be a minor rehab though. So just to repeat that, free and clear ugly house minor rehab, we would do a note and a mortgage plus a JV fee of like 10,000. Now thin equity pretty house we really love because there's 20 million of these houses all over the United States. Let's say you have a $100,000 house and 95,000 against it. Well, that's not a wholesale deal. There's no equity in it. Well, you need to present to the seller, this is very important, present to the seller the cost to sell with an agent, which would probably be about 10% of the value of the house. And we teach you how to do this. And then we compare that with either a subject to offer or a lease option assignment offer. So that sounds confusing when you first look at it, but if you look at all these situations, that's basically what we do, and we train you on how to give a good offer to the seller, either cash or cash plus terms or two terms offers. It depends on the situation. The easiest way to get training is to contact us, and we're happy to help you learn what to do when with sellers. This is Brian Gibbons with Brian Gibbons, REIcoach.com, helping you make some sense about what to do when with sellers.